Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Take 5. It is Wednesday, July 6, 2011. We're in Matthew chapter 27, verse 57. When it was evening, there came a rich man from Arimathea named Joseph, who also was a disciple of Jesus. He went to Pilate and asked for the body of Jesus. Then Pilate ordered it to be given to him. And Joseph took the body and wrapped it in a clean linen shroud, and laid it in his own new tomb, which he had cut in the rock. And he rolled a great stone to the entrance of the tomb, and went away. Mary Magdalene and the other Mary were there, sitting opposite the tomb. I think it's fascinating, the different people that are around Jesus and what they do in this whole scenario. And we've got this guy, Joseph of Arimathea, and he's a disciple. And he goes to Pilate and asks for the body, and Pilate says he can have it. So he takes Jesus' body, rolls it up. They do, anoint it. They do what they did to the bodies back then. Puts it in his own new tomb. Says he's a rich man, so he owns this piece of land and he owns the tomb that they put it in. They put this great big rock in front of it, which is why the miracle of the resurrection is all the more powerful, because we're going to see that rock got rolled away somehow. So let's talk about Joseph for a minute. This is the first time we see Joseph. We don't see Joseph hanging with the other disciples. We don't see him participating in any of the other ministry events. But boy, we read his name right here, don't we? And maybe you're wondering, what can I do? Can I do something? Well, absolutely you can do something. Joseph did what nobody else could do. None of Jesus' closest disciples probably had the money, had the resources, had the land, had a tomb. Joseph looked at the situation and said, what can I do? And he did something. And we'll always know who he is forever, every time we read that. And that's what I would encourage you to do. Look at the situation that's around you and say, what can I do? You have some kind of gift, some kind of ability, something God has given you, whether it's a talent or maybe resources or money or a home or a car, something you can do to use for God. Maybe you got a great car and you can use that to take people to church, or to help some of the people that can't get around get to different appointments they have and things like that. Maybe you have a great house. You can use it to bring people in and let people spend the night and have people over for meals and things like that. Maybe you have a lot of money. You can use it to help people. Maybe you're really good at dealing with death situations. Well, you need to be at every funeral and trying to comfort people. That's what Joseph here, he was dealing with a death situation. The fact is, you are unique. Nobody else can do what you can do. So ask God for wisdom. Ask God to show you what you can do for him special. This is what Joseph did. This is about the only thing we read that he did that I can remember. But boy, it was necessary, wasn't it? And God will use whatever you do. You might think it's not a big thing. Joseph might not have. I don't know if he knew Jesus was going to rise from the dead, and I don't even know if he was aware of how significant what he did was. Just like most of the time we're not aware of what significance what we do is. But Jesus says, even if you give a cup of water to one of these little ones, you won't lose a reward. So what you might consider the least significant thing you do for God, he will reward. And he sees it. All right. Come back tomorrow for the next edition of Take 5.